Intensity Farah, and now we are seeing 3-3 once again there, but that's always been in flux. University, it's always been about the tanks, and we know that's exactly what Eagle Gaming like to play, and looks like they're going to be coming out the gate here with the Zenyatta. Rather than the usual Moira, they usually change up to the Zenyatta a little bit later when they want to do more damage, but this time they're coming out with the Discord up straight away, and that's going to mean that Brucein could possibly be in trouble.
Yes, it is. One.PoinT have got some other ideas, though, as they do go double projectile. In Frost taking the hands, though, and Holt taking that Farah, so he's going to be wanting to put himself on the high ground. Same with Frost, so they can just pummel the front line. And we're seeing something a little bit different here as well. Now Zassa's actually taken the Bastion of Orisa, and we have Brucein on that hog. So the key target here is really killing that D.Va. Take her out first, and then Horthic can be a little bit more safe. It did look like they wanted to push forward there onto the Farah Mercy combo. Problem is, with Leaf going down, that 3-3 composition isn't going to do too well. Lack of healing now, potentially. Obviously, armor being produced by the E as well is very, very good against small arms fire.
And Superfluke's going low. You can see what Malzassa's up above him, but there's still not being any percentage accrued here for One.PoinT, despite the kill that they got. Hips on his own now, but Horthic has to reload, so potentially he can escape here. Will there be any help for him? Leaf to re-enter the fray.
Leaf? Okay, Leaf tried to save him, and it actually went down anyway. He was corralled into the center of the point, and Malzassa took care of him rather quickly. That'll be Brucein demecking Nico also, which leaves Frost more room to move now as Superfluke ends up going down. They do recapture the point, 24% to 10% already, and you can see Horthic building up towards that ultimate already. Does mean they're going to have that ultimate advantage coming into the next fight. And look at Eagle Gaming, now they're changing things up. Leaf on the robot.
Malzassa actually had a really important Holt. He managed to hold back Superfluke because Superfluke was trying to walk forward onto the point, and that'll have a last little sliver of capture percentage to come through for One.PoinT and flip over. So that meant that Superfluke then had to retreat, couldn't really try and trade his life for time.
Beautiful hook onto Hardest there. Brucein does kill him off, and that will be Horthic still. With area superiority, it's going to come down to the floor. It's going to find any kills, but a lot of damage, helping Brucein actually finish off one kill. Superfluke was launched mid-air as soon as the shield went down, and even those dragons are committed by One.PoinT, really determined to keep hold of this for the time being. They're going to be able to build up ult quite quickly, remember, having double projectile.
Speaking of ults being built up, Scalar now has the Transcendence ready to go, and Hardest, uncharacteristically, is taking his time here to build up towards that Graviton Surge, but that's probably because One.PoinT are being very disciplined. They're all staying behind Malzassa's shield or making sure that they're not within beam range for Hardest because they know how much Eagle Gaming can rely upon that ultimate.
This is looking really good now for One.PoinT as they do put down that supercharger. Coalescence coming through for One.PoinT. However, it's going to get destroyed as Nico plays fairly aggressively, using those micro missiles to actually kill it off. Nico going extremely low, sends the self-destruct in the air, and Superfluke does find the shatter. And Fat's life, and in fact, Frost is going to go down as well. Hardest finally has that Graviton Surge, but he's not going to need it in this fight, as the rest of Eagle Gaming is going to be able to clear up One.PoinT.
4 ultimates invested there for the side of Eagle Gaming, including both of their support ultimates, the Earth Shatter and the Self-Destruct as well. But it's not all bad news, because One.PoinT also threw in 3 of their own, including the Transcendence, the Supercharger, and they've barely been able to build up towards another Valkyrie. Frost does have a Dragon Strike ready here, and he's going to have to worry about Hardest, who has that grab. There it is, not being needed.
Graviton Surge onto the shield. They're going to march forward, a little bit of protection, but Leaf already secures the first kill onto Frost, so no Dragon Strike to work with in this fight. They're going to call it a day, going to walk back to their spawn, or get chased back, I should say, as Hardest is going to work up to himself. Another 50% ult charge, and kind of classic of him, like you just said. Uncharacteristic at the start, but it was One.PoinT playing rather defensively. You can't play that defensive when you have 4 tanks running at you.
And over the course of that aggression, Eagle Gaming knew that they could be as aggressive as they wanted, because Kip had the healing to back it up, and not only that, the healing to build himself up to yet another Coalescence. But Coalescence is one of the most potent anti-air tools that Eagle Gaming has, because you can track the Farah or the Mercy in the air and do a pretty good amount of damage, but instead they're going to be moving forward onto his tank line.
Speaking of Coalescence, that's exactly what's going to happen. Brucein is going to be the first casualty again. There comes the Dragon Strike. Frost just splitting the line of Eagle Gaming. It's not really going to kill anybody. You're going to look at Little Blow and Hip to maybe take down, but they are very quick, and Moira obviously has that fade as well. Eagle Gaming, they are very bulky boys. They have 4 tanks on their roster after all, and they have that Shatter again. 90% now on the clock for Eagle Gaming. Hook 2.0 is going to go a little bit wide for Leaf, and they're just going to be able to back off. That Shatter is going to hit the floor, but Holt is going to be the main threat. Frost is going to go down first, and that Self-Destruct is launched to the back line. It's whether it can actually get anything. Horthic's going to release that barrage even in that tight corridor. That Coalescence isn't going to be much use now as they do get taken off the point finally. Hip goes down after using that fade straight into Frost's Storm Arrows, and they do end up reclaiming the point. 84% building up. They got that grab though on the side of Eagle Gaming.
Scalar had a very good use of a Transcendence, made sure that Horthic was safe while he was channeling that ultimate, because Leaf came in with the whole hog, making sure that he could try and put down enough damage to kill the Farah from the range he was at. Possibly need to reload so we can come in with those right clicks. Eagle Gaming are on the clock now. 99% to 99%. Overtime is down, and so is for Supercharger.
Yeah, beat only a little bit late there. Isn't going to be able to save Super Pluke. Horthic just ducking behind that wall to avoid that Herc, and Frost claims 2 lives. Horthic still in the air and has built himself up towards another ultimate. There it is. It's going to come out. No shields to protect anybody. It's more of a stay away ultimate than anything else. Didn't claim any kills, but the pressure was there. Super Pluke gets launched into One.PoinT's front line, and even a Transcendence from Scalar to keep everybody up alive and well. Shield destroyed, and a hook is going to help finish off the kill. Round 1 will get completed, and 1 point take University.
Uncharacteristic misplay there from Hip to not be on the point when he was the only one there, allowing overtime to stick down. Probably wouldn't have helped because, of course, he was the only person there, but still could have hoped for a little bit more time for the remainder of Eagle Gaming to get there. And we saw there when Eagle Gaming took control, one of the main disadvantages of One.PoinT's composition there was that the Orisa doesn't provide a huge amount of forward pressure. Instead, you have to sort of take your stand and then stand there until that cooldown is once again up and you can move forward with the shield. And often Eagle Gaming would see that shield go down, they go forward. Super Pluke knows he can walk through it and it won't be repositioned for X amount of seconds. He can lay down an Earth Shatter and pick off a crucial target like Frost. But now One.PoinT's going to be stealing their identity.
Well, they're going to go on to Gardens, and Eagle Gaming running this full dive, or so full dive. Leaf is actually going to beat on that Brigitte. Fantastic stopping dive from actually happening, but in a dive composition, she supplements the tanks perfectly. Wants to run at people as well and fling that flail, and there's a whole lot of healing on their squad. However, Eagle Gaming running back to spawn, making a very quick change over to that 3-3.
So you want to rumble with the 3-3, Eagle Gaming say, we are the 3-3 team, we're going to bring it to you. Hard's already taking a little bit of damage over, and Hip's falling low, taken out of the back by Frost. The flanking's a little bit too much.
Yeah, a little bit too much for him to bear. Bruceson gets knocked back, and Super Pluke does find a kill onto Horthic. However, with Little Bo going down as well, a very strong lack of healing. It's going to be a bit of a problem. Frost is going to move forward. It's pretty easy kills for him. So easy for these Zayas to gain very high charge, just swinging into double bubbles. Does mean he's going to get the ultimate online very quickly as well.
Double bubble. That's fun to say, Jaws.
Double bubble.
You know what else is fun? Graviton Surges. Frost has almost got one already, channeling his inner Hardest, who's currently only at 44%, because of course he had to give up some ult charge to change over to that Zaya when Eagle Gaming decided they wanted to go with this 3-3 composition and try and meet 1 point in the field. But we've got to try and protect Hip better, because Frost is going to be trying to lay this down on him. Maybe we can get Nico to eat it.
Nice shield bash onto Super Pluke. There is the Graviton Surge. No one going down just yet, but Mazasa does find the charge onto Leaf, removing one healer and removing a second one with just a simple swing of the hammer. Brucen's going to follow up onto Super Pluke as well, and Frost now just chewing apart that D.Va. Nowhere to run, nowhere to hide for the D.Va and the Zenyatta, unfortunately, and Hip does end up exploding into a million pieces, and even Brucen taking a fair bit of damage, sorry, Nico taking a fair bit of damage in that front line. Frost going to have to be careful though. Rest of Eagle Gaming still spawning.
Super Pluke there without any friends tried to lay down the Earth Shatter as he was getting killed, an uncharacteristic error on his part. That's not going to be available now when they try to go for this combination. Instead, Super Pluke's going to have to run through the Graviton, try and take away the shield so that Nico can lay down the Kobe bomb on top. Hardest needs to get a little bit more, but oh my god, they stopped the bomb!
That was a nice shadow. They ended up stopping the bomb, but a shield bash onto Mazasa does net them a kill. So there we go. The Brigitte coming up trumps this time. Leaf is going to move forward, pushing that rally as well. Eagle Gaming are going to start to get extremely chunky with Frost going down. Hardest is going to have to be rather careful, but the rest of his team are going to be able to wipe the slate clean. 1 point, they had ults to work with, but they chose to save them for the next round.
Yeah, not as clean as Eagle Gaming would have liked there. Nico was going to try and reposition everyone with the bomb. They're going to grab everyone into it and, of course, stun away Mazasa so that shield wasn't available. But Mazasa stopped the D.Va bomb in its tracks by hitting it with the Earth Shadow, which cancels the momentum of that ultimate and leaves it easy to block. Well, it would have been easy to block, but Leaf hit him with the shield bash.
There's the Graviton Surge coming up from Eagle Gaming this time. They're going to run straight at them. Shield bash.
Why?
No needed if you're actually behind the Reinhardt, funnily enough. And that shadow actually kills Fat in the process too. Nice team wipe for Eagle Gaming. Still have that rally armor, remember. Hardest doesn't have a lot of it, but Hip definitely does. 300 HP Zenyatta's going to be hard to take down.
I think Super Pluke's frustrated. Why would you shadow a grab? He just managed to build up his shadow right there by swinging into it, and everyone was dying anyway. Why would you use your CC ultimate there?
Rally coming through from Horthic. Frost has that grab and they have the bomb. The Gigantic combo is online. Hardest moving forward at 1,000 HP. Nothing killing the Zaya yet. Nothing killing 1 point either as Scalar activates that Transcendence as soon as that sound barrier did end up wearing off. They're going to back off to point. No, they can't actually deal with all that HP. Remember, they still have that Graviton Surge available. Brucen is going to send that self-destruct in round the corner, but doesn't hit anybody at all. It actually gets blocked up, and Nico finds his own self-destruct kill onto Frost. Superbluke ends up going to the wall, to the windows also, and Malzahsa is going to go down. Fat gets pinned after it all happened, and that's 92% to another grab. Hardest is looking good, 69 to 86.
I think Superbluke knew that he sort of misused the Earth Shatter there, so instead he went forward into that Transcendence, just swinging away, and he built himself up another Earth Shatter in like 15 seconds. That was amazingly quick from him. And of course, amazingly quick, Hardest building up those Graviton Surges, and this one could claim Eagle Gaming this stage and bring them up to 1-1 on Oasis.
It's kind of scary. Hardest has a grab every single fight. He's going to move forward. That Shadow, though, after that shield bash straight onto Superbluke, is going to net 1 point, a couple of kills, and the point potentially. Also, they are in overtime almost, so they are going to be able to stall it out just a little bit here. There we go. Overtime clock now apparent. 86% though. That's one more fight ready for Eagle Gaming. They haven't got many else to work with either. In fact, they got 0.
And I think that Brucean must have eaten the Graviton Surge because Hardest, his ult is gone, and I didn't see it go down on the field. Malzahsa's going forward, but there's no projected barrier for him just yet. He's been booped away, so he can't apply it. Malzahsa could be in trouble.
Oh, Nico's in trouble as well. Frost putting up the ultimate extremely quickly, but the Shadow coming through from Eagle Gaming, but no follow-up. Superbluke's going to go down, and a self-destruct more defensively this time as Brucean ends up taking out Superbluke with just the Baby Diva pistol. Malzahsa going extremely low, and now the grab comes out from Frost. He built it up in that last fight. They're going to get a return grab, and Leaf jumps on the Doomfist to try and stall for more time, but it is just going to go out. Lights gone, camera action now fading. 1 point ends up taking Oasis, and well, it was going to be a battle of tanks, and Malzahsa in the end of it all did end up winning it.
Your tank team? Says who? Malzahsa standing up to Superbluke, who was getting quite a few Earth Shatters, not always used in the most ideal positions, however. I think he wasted 2 of them on that garden stage, but he was building them up pretty quickly, so can't fault it too much. And looks like Eagle Gaming at the moment, they're a little bit outclassed in terms of a tank battle, and it's very rare that I can say that.
Yeah, I mean, 1 point have stood up to teams like Giganti, whose tanks are just extraordinary. So maybe, you know, they've learned a few tips and tricks. We'll have to wait and find out what's going to happen for map 2, though. We're going to be right back after this short break. Hey guys, welcome back. This is 1 point versus Eagle Gaming. Right now, 1 point sitting at a clean 1-0. 2-0 it was on Oasis at the end of it all.
I'm surprised you didn't go for 1 point, have 1 point. Eagle Gaming, nothing. But what they do have is the chance to pick what hybrid map we're going to, and they have the choice of Eichenwald or King's Row. You've got to remember that they did take Eichenwald off of Team Giganti, so we may see them going back to there, and that's exactly what we're going to be doing. We keep complementing the set plays that we saw from Eagle Gaming on this particular map, and I wonder if we're going to see some more. Once again, it was a lot of tanks from them, But they managed to win this out against Giganti, so they must have some good plans.
Well, let's hope so. Especially need to deal with the double projectile. There's nothing really stopping Holt right now jumping on that Farah. Farah rather synonymous with this map. We've seen players like Kib just perform exceptionally on it, and it's fairly scary, in all honesty. We've already seen what his Farah can do if left completely ignored. Remember, in 3-3, the only thing really to deal with it is going to be that D.Va, but D.Va is going to be waylaid by a lot of that healing coming out from Mercy if you don't take her out first.
We can set up a Hail Mary orb with a Moira, try and combine it with Biotic Grass for a little bit of extra DPS, but providing that Mercy's getting a proper pocket from your Mercy, providing that Farah's getting a proper pocket from the Mercy, there should be enough healing there to try and sustain the pair through that onslaught. OnePoint going to be starting off from the defense here, and Brewson's going to be trying to troll Mozassa, and in rebellion to the May, Mira, who has been subbed in now, is going to be throwing himself off the map on that D.Va. And Mira, we know him to be the Xayah specialist for this team, Jaws. We'll have to see if he's going to live up to that name, because he's going up against a big name in the Xayah game. It's going to be hardest.
Yeah, hardest is pretty damn scary. Every fight last week, it seemed he had a Graviton Surge. He builds them up just crazy fast. It's up to Mira now to, you know, flex his muscles a little bit. Rank 2 currently, by the way. So, you know, he's got some guns to show, that is for sure. But this time it will be not really a gun. Is it a laser cannon? Technically a cannon, right?
I think it's called a particle cannon.
Particle cannon, yeah. That's right. How it shoots explosive explosive rounds and beams at the same time. I've got no
science,
idea.
Bro.
It's true.
Don't doubt the science.
I'm not doubting.
Well, we can't doubt OnePoint's defense just yet either. They're bringing out the double projectile once again. Brewson's staying in. Actually, it's been Frost that's been subbed out. I assumed that they'd be subbing out Brewson to bring in Mira, but no. We do know as well that Mira can be a pretty good projectile DPS. We've seen a Farah, we've seen a Genji from him from his previous time on Bazooka Puppies. But now he's in Group B. He's going up against the tanks, and there's going to be 3 of them now on the side of Eagle Gaming, going for a classic 3-3 with a Moira as a supplement them with a lot of Biotic Grasp healing.
Yeah, you're definitely going to need it. The orb is only really effective on the Horthic if you can take him out of the air, but they might just forego that. Nico, you can see there, aiming for the Mercy, not actually going for Horthic, hoping they can get a little bit of damage, but that's exactly what they're receiving as Horthic is moving forward. Problem is, Scale is a little bit caught out. Leaf ends up taking him out, just solo it seems, but Nico does get demeched as Mira did find him in the end. However, with this 3-3 comp, if you lose one tank, it's not too much of an issue, or if you lose one mech, that is, they're still going to be able to muscle their way onto the point, and that's exactly what they do. Fat is going to go down to that Coalescence, and Hip's even going to take out Horthic. Okay, there we go. In action. Harry, you called it?
Yeah, on Oasis. They took their time. They finally did it on Eichenwald, and that's one of the main advantages of the of this 3-3 composition. Lilbo with a speed boost. You often expect to be going up against a Zenyatta, and Scalar can't really escape. He tried to make a preemptive rotation to make sure it was on the opposite side of a point to Eagle Gaming. But Lilbo just put everyone forward with a speed boost. Now OnePoint are going to go for their own 3-3. Mira's already got himself quite a bit of ult charge.
Very quick re-engagement, but Hip is already going to take out Horthic. Okay, there's some healing already disappearing. Brewson going very low, and in fact, he is going to get demeched. Malzas is having a horrible time here. He's going to find the pin, but the problem is, you can't pin someone into a wall when you're already dead, and Hardest even just finds another extra kill there on the back line. They were trying to stall for time, as Brewson, you can see there, was in the Baby D.Va form. Superfluke ends up securing the kill, and with OnePoint, actually with a full transition of picks, almost a full transition, mind you, Eagle Gaming have now built themselves up a nice ult bank. They've got that grab, got Shatter, even the rally.
And a large trait of the 3-3 competition is that when you lose a fight, you surrender a lot of ult charge to the enemy team. So not only do you have a lot of health, you have a lot of healing as well to sustain you in those fights for a long time. That means you can build a lot of ult charge off this. Hardest and Mira have both done so, and it's going to be Mira who strikes first with a Graviton.
There's the grab, 6-man grab. There's another one as well on top of that car. That Shatter does hit the floor, and Leaf will pay the price. However, that rally is still going on, and Nico sends the bomb in. That's what we wanted to see. Someone's going to take a quick dunk, although actually no, Leaf ends up surviving, jumping on that small platform. They are still fighting on the point as 2 Transcendences will be there to keep both teams alive for the time being. Problem is, I'm looking at Hardest. He's got no one to block his high energy cannon. Scalar even going down extremely low. You can see that rally popped at the very end there for OnePoint as they do retreat.
Yeah, ult for ult there in that fight, and Scalar's not going to have that available now for this final fight outside the door. Hardest has almost got himself yet another Graviton Surge. Another one could be coming soon from the French off-tank master, and he's ready to lay it down where it cannot be eaten.
Another one. He hasn't even got that Nico bomb to even combo with. He doesn't need it because everybody's pinned to that castle turret, and Superfluke can just swing for days. And now he's got himself another Shatter. These ultimates working very well in tandem. Grab, easy Shatter build up. Shatter, easy grab build up. It's just fantastic. Eagle Gaming showing why they're good on tanks.
And Eagle Gaming now have the momentum. OnePoint are going to look to break it by moving forward with a speed boost and a sound barrier, I imagine. That's almost got that ready to go. Brewson can also throw forward self-destruct to corral them into the waiting hammer of Malzahsa.
That's exactly what they're going to do. They're going to launch the self-destruct in, but no one is casualty of it just yet. Transcendence opened up from Eagle Gaming, but Hardest paying a little visit to the backline, but with that sound barrier, they are going to stay alive for a little bit longer. Already at 55%, Little Bo does claim himself a kill. Eagle Gaming swinging for the fences, or at least Super Fluke is, and Nico's does get the sound barrier, the sound boot mech onto Bruson's mech somehow, but 1.7 still have an ult to work with, but this is going to be their final fight.
Hip did a great job there of saving Super Fluke after he was isolated. He uses his Transcendence to make sure he doesn't die to the bomb.
Transcendence coming in. Hardest moving himself to the back so he can actually protect his support. So Transcendence will be unleashed, but the problem is they're all going to get grabbed on top of the point. Super Fluke is going to find Malzahsa, and yet another Nico bomb is going to isolate Mirror and kill him off. Another grab from Hardest. This man has just got infinite amounts of them. It just seems like they're on, 10-second cooldowns for him. And honestly, he's got one every single fight. Hit claims 3, and that's the map already over. Impressive time back because round 1 is completed.
You can see exactly why Eagle Gaming choose to go to Iconvolve. This is a well-drilled and well-practiced offense. You can see that they know every single engagement that they're going to take. It's just been planned so well, and their coach Fairface probably been the one who's feeding them all this information, training Eagle Gaming to follow this to the letter. And one point, they just weren't able to deal with the momentum that Eagle Gaming built up. It looked like every time they had a big, impactful ultimate, there was also Eagle Gaming there ready to counter it. You've got a grab? Well, we've got a grab. You've got a Transcendence? We do too. You got anything else? Well, you need to show it now.
Yeah, I mean, I'm in awe at Hardest, honestly, how he has a grab every single fight. But like I mentioned before, it's very easy to build up that shadow.
Ult charge.
So, yeah, the size of that beam is doing a lot of damage. He's already at 100% charge as well. It's extremely easy to build that up in the 3-3 against the 3-3 because you're just running at each other 24/7.
Just carving your initials into the Diva mech.
It's horrible.
Gets you a lot of charge.
It's a long name as well.
It is.
Yeah. Just to make you.
That's why you get so much ult charge. You've got to carve the Q. Oh, it takes a long time.
Does writing take you a long time?
Yeah, man.
You're born and raised.
I haven't written physically in such a long time.
Yeah, same. It was what I expected in university. I'm not going to lie. After working a programming degree, I'm like, I'm never going to use a pen and paper again.
Well, did you write the names of people on cups when you worked in Costa? Or is that just
that was 3 months.
I'm never going to let him forget.
No, it's horrible.
But speaking of never forgetting, OnePoint better not forget their plan of attack here on Iconvolve. We're going to be moving forward with a similar composition to what we saw on the Oasis University. But this time, Bruson is not going to be moving in on the Hog. Instead, it's going to be the Diva. Scalar's going to be picking up the Roadhog duty, and Fat is going to be the solo healer. But he's got to watch out from a lot of directions because solo healer versus solo healer, there's a lot of threats for Lil Bo and Fat to try and take stock of here.
This comes down to spawn priority as well. That healer does go down. Long way to walk here on the defense. Not too far if you're 1 point. Plus, obviously, taxing the Mercy is going to be very important. Fat is going to build up this ult extremely quickly as well. You've got to keep that in mind. Same with Lil Bo, because with only one healer, no one else is going to be, sacrificing that ultimate charge to anybody else. So that will mean their ultimates will come online fairly fast. Horthic is going to go on the Widowmaker, try and find a nice flank, but Orisa Shield doing a good job thus far.
Got to stay disciplined behind that shield if you don't want your Mercy to be exiting quickly. Hardest is going to be winning out the duel thus far, and Fat's already down. Hit manages to find himself pushed off the edge right there, I believe, but it does look like Eagle Gaming are in control.
Whoops-a-daisy. However, Eagle Gaming taking out the healer, like you said, spawn priority for 1 point, so if it was the other way around, it might have been an easy cap. Hardest, though, has got dragons already available to him.
That he does. Horthic's going to make a quick swap here. He wants to move over instead onto the Pharaoh, thinking that Hardest is his main threat here, so as long as he can rotate around this central clock tower away from those ever-loving arrows, then potentially he can survive for a little bit longer. But Hardest moving forward aggressively, using the lunge, using the storm bow, and he is eventually going to be taken out with the help of a Holt from Malzahsa.
It's way too risky to res hit. There's the Holt combo in action. London Spitfire, they've been looking at the VODs. Nice hook onto Mirror, is going to take him out, but with Lil Bo going down, very lack of healing, shall we say. Hip's the only one there, and he can't really share that rebreather. And Scalar's even going to find the hook as well. He is going to eventually go down. Those dragons coming through from spawn. However, they do have the spawn priority in front of 1 point, and they are on the point also. A nice res onto Mirror as well. He was in no danger to do that, so they are going to be able to cap the point relatively quickly. A lot less quick than Eagle Gaming, and it does look like a couple of swaps as well.
Yeah, I imagine we are going to see swaps over to tanks here, but Lil Bo isn't going to be moving over to his characteristic Lucio. Instead, staying on the Mercy because it does have that Valkyrie ready to go, and that's 60 HPS for everyone on that team, or a 30% damage boost, providing they are in close proximity for that beam splitting. And as this kind of composition, you are always going to have that. OnePoint, on the other hand, they are also going to move over to the 3-3, but instead they're going to be using a Moira. They don't have to save that ultimate from Fat because he used it in the last take.
5-man swap up, meaning Brucean is the only one with the ultimate, and that is the self-destruct. They're going to move forward. Superluke's in the same position as the other Reinhardt last time, but the problem is that self-destruct is going to corral them onto the point exactly where OnePoint want them. They want to be able to find this close quarters and this proximity. Superluke is going to lay down the shatter, but it is going to get blocked by Malzahsa. A nice hook and a D-mech onto Brucean, with Fat and Brucean now going down. It is going to mean OnePoint are going to have to force to run back to their spawn with a tail between their legs.
Lilbert's probably going to be staying onto this Mercy until he dies or even Gaming lose a fight now because of being able to use that damage boost on his hardy targets, not have to swap over to the healing so frantically in order to keep people up. He helped everyone to try to build up those ultimates because, of course, when you're doing more damage, you gain more ult charge, 30% more ult charge to be exact, and Hip's almost got the Transcendence ready to carry through the next fight. Meanwhile, OnePoint looking pretty bare.
Self-destruct directly onto the point, easily avoided by OnePoint. He's going to wave a hearty hello as he does run in straight into the tank line. That's the div he wants to charge off of. However, with 95% and now the barrier down from the Reinhardt, it does mean he's going to get that charge a little bit easier. Nico did get demech, obviously, is going to stall for a bit more time on the point, but OnePoint are going to be able to push forward with that rally on board as well.
I find that rally from Leaf very questionable. He could have had Hip here, given him some armor. The same with Hardest. Probably could have saved that for later, and it would have been far more effective for the next fight rather than just keeping himself alive a few seconds longer on the cart. He's going to need to keep everyone alive as well because Mirror's ready to come through with a Graviton Surge. Malzahsa and Bruce can try and combine with it as well. And Hardest leaves a lot to be desired on his charge.
Intelligent grab from Mirror. You see him attaches to the wall so it can't get eaten by Nico. Transcendence coming out from here to keep the rest of the team alive. Nico does get demegged, and a fantastic shatter from Malzahsa does send 3 sleeping, and that will mean Mirror is just going to march forward, build himself up to yet another grab. 40% on this boy. Fat almost takes a small dunk in the moat. However, he's going to be able to get saved by that small ledge.
He's going to wall ride himself back up as well and be back on the cart in no time. He's building up towards the ultimate very quickly. Almost 3 support ultimates ready here for OnePoint, whereas the tanks aren't going to have those because of that failed combination. Luckily, the vanilla play after was more than good enough. Superluke's quickly building up towards that shadow. This could save the point.
They are going to be able to touch, and Malzahsa's already going to go down here. This could be really bad. Superluke claims the life of 3 people, and Brucean is going to get demexed. You can see Mirror at the back was actually trying contesting with Hip, and he did end up killing him, but the problem was he wasn't there to provide anybody shields. He exited the fight to try and solo out the back line. Meant the rest of his team were a little bit more vulnerable.
Malzahsa a little bit further forward as well. He got picked up by a pin from Superluke, which also gave Superluke the remainder of his ultimate charge to build up towards that Earth Shatter. And of course, when Malzahsa's gone, he can then lay it down freely. Took Fat onto the floor and meant that none of OnePoint could use those support ultimates to try and help each other because they were all stunned up. They now, however, have 3 ready to try and move forward. Mirror and Hardest equal on ultimate charge at the moment. We'll have to see if we're going to see 2 Graviton Surges in the next fight.
Hardest, yeah, 90%. You best believe he's going to be able to get that by the next one, no worries. You can see how forward he is playing. However, rally from Holt is going to be pretty good for them. There it is. Hardest finally unleashing that Graviton Surge, and that's going to be an easy team kill. In fact, Leaf securing 4 kills, 3 kills in fact, and a mech kill onto Brucean. Quick team wipe there. However, OnePoint not investing any ultimates. Smart to hold on for them.
And some great melee cleave there from Superluke and Leaf meant that they're both up to their own ultimates now. Leaf can quickly pop that rally when it becomes available from a passive charge and make both Hip and Hardest very hard in the face of the danger here. And now, with only 46 seconds remaining, OnePoint are on the ropes on the map pick of Eagle Gaming, looking to draw this one up.
Oh, what a shatter! Straight to the sound barrier though, so they're going to be a little bit more tough to actually chew through. Malzahsa's going to find the pin on Superluke, and all this time as well, this cart is moving back, remember. Look how far they are forcing them to actually play. 30 seconds now remain, and Hardest is still alive. 40% charge on another Graviton Surge. He's going to have to make a quick exit with the help of his Lucio. Same with the Zenyatta, as the rest of OnePoint are spawning in.
This was basically a free fight for Eagle Gaming though, because as you said, the cart was moving backwards, and Eagle Gaming will have all respawned by the time this reaches the gate. You can see Superluke's already back, but they've got to worry about Malzahsa with the Earth Shatter, the Graviton Surge, the self-destruct, and of course the Transcendence. Could it be a long-range one? He doesn't want it to get eaten by Nico. That's the main threat here for Mirror.
They've got to lock it up. This could be the final fight. The Shadow's only going to find Nico. This could be an opportunity for them to do it. OnePoint, they do manage to find the 3, 4, 5-man Graviton Surge, but Superluke is already going to take out Mirror. Self-destruct takes out little bow, but that Transcendence keeping the rest of them alive. Brucean and now Fat is actually stuck in that Graviton Surge, and the rest of Eagle Gaming are going to be able to clean them up. Fantastic use of that shadow there coming through from Eagle Gaming yet again. They're going to be able to secure Icon Vault. Remember, they took it off Giganti. This map, so strong for them.
This is where Eagle Gaming really do excel, but of course winning this map means that when we head over to Assault next, it will be the choice of One.PoinT. I'll have to see if One.PoinT do have any big ideas moving forward for that.
This match looking a lot more closer than the Twitch chat vote predicted. 71%, remember, for Eagle Gaming, and they do end up securing this second one. But Vinny and One.PoinT, they do get their chance to pick a map, like you said. I wonder what it's going to be. This is going to be very curious, because are they just going to pick a map here that just favors the DPS?
It's very possible. They do seem to want a bit more DPS play.
Seems so. Get Horthic on the fire. He does big things.
Make it happen.
We're going to jump over to the desk, though. They're going to break down the half of the series in a little bit more.